Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out that you've been protected from a car accident, a robbery, a sudden illness, or a spiritual attack, and you didn't even know it. You went about your day normally. You had no idea you were in danger. But Allah shielded you because you recited one simple dua that morning. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us specific supplications, words of protection, that act as spiritual armor against harm you can see and harm you cannot see. These aren't just beautiful words. They're shields. Fortresses. Divine protection that the angels themselves recognize and honor. But here's the problem, most Muslims don't know these du'as. Or they know them but never memorized them. Or they memorized them but never made them a daily habit. And because of that, they're walking through life spiritually unprotected, vulnerable to harm that could have been avoided. Today, you're going to learn 7 du'as that the Prophet never abandoned. Du'as that protect you from Shaytan, from evil people, from accidents, from anxiety, from the punishment of the grave, and even from the Dajjal. By the end, you'll have a spiritual defense system that most Muslims don't even know exists. Let's begin with the most powerful du'a of protection ever revealed, the one the Prophet called greater than 1,000 angels. Imagine going to sleep every night knowing that an angel is standing guard over you until morning, protecting you from every devil, every evil eye, every spiritual harm. That's exactly what happens when you recite Ayat al-Kursi before sleeping. The dua, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa, al-hayyul qayyum. La takuduhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. Man dawlati yashfayu indahu illa bayidni. Yalamu ma baina aydihim wa ma khalfahum, wa la yuhituna by shay'in min ilmihi illa by masha'e. Wasi'a kursiyuha samawati wal ard, wa la yuduhu hiftuhuma, wa huwal aliyul adhim. Translation, Allah. There is no God but He, the ever-living, the sustainer of existence. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. His throne extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation tires Him not. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. 2:255. The prophetic promise the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us a story about this verse. A companion was guarding dates at night when a thief kept coming to steal them. The companion caught him multiple times, but each time the thief begged for mercy and promised not to return. On the 3rd night, the companion was about to take him to the Prophet when the thief said, "Let me teach you something that will benefit you. When you go to bed, recite Ayat al-Kursi from beginning to end. If you do so, Allah will appoint a guardian over you, and no devil will come near you until morning." The companion told the Prophet what happened. The Prophet said, "He told you the truth, even though he is a liar." That was Shaytan. Sahih Bukhari. When to recite it after every obligatory prayer, the Prophet said, "Whoever recites Ayat al-Kursi after every prayer, nothing prevents him from entering paradise except death." An-Nas, before sleeping, you will be protected by an angel all night when leaving the house, for protection throughout the day when feeling fear or anxiety. It calms the heart and removes fear. Why it works. Ayat al-Kursi is the greatest verse in the Quran. It describes Allah's absolute sovereignty, knowledge, and power. When you recite it, you're affirming that Allah is greater than any harm that could come to you. Shaytan cannot penetrate that shield. Imagine having a dua so powerful that the Prophet said, "Nothing can protect you better than these 3 surahs." These are Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Falaq, and Surah An-Nas, known as Al-Mu'awwidatayn, the 2 seeking refuge, plus Al-Ikhlas. The du'as. Surah Al-Ikhlas, 112, Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allahu as-samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Say, He is Allah, who is, 1, Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to Him any equivalent. Surah Al-Falaq, 113, Kul Ayudu by Rabbil Falaq. Min shari ma kalak. Wa min shari gasakin ida wakab. Wa min shari nafathati filyukad. Wa min shari hasadin ida hasad. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of Daybreak, from the evil of that which He created, and from the evil of darkness when it settles, and from the evil of the blowers in knots, and from the evil of an envier when he envies. Surah An-Nas, 114, Kul Ayudu Biraban Nas. Malakin Nas. Ilahin Nas. Min Cheryl Waswasil Khanas. Aladi Yuwaswisu Fi Sujaran Nas. Min Al-Janati Wan Nas. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind, the Sovereign of mankind, the God of mankind, from the evil of the retreating whisperer, who whispers, evil, into the breasts of mankind, from among the jinn and mankind. The prophetic practice. The Prophet's wife, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, when the Prophet went to bed every night, he would cup his hands together, recite these 3 surahs, blow into his hands, then wipe them over his body starting from his head, face, and whatever he could reach. He would do this 3 times. Sahih Bukhari. When to recite the morning, 3 times each, protects you throughout the day. Evening, 3 times each, protects you throughout the night before sleeping, 3 times each, shields you during sleep when you feel fear, anxiety, or spiritual oppression. What they protect you from: evil eye, hasad, black magic and sorcery, blowers in knots, Shaytan's whispers, was, evil jinn, harmful people, nightmares and sleep disturbances. Imagine starting your day by saying, in the name of Allah, with whose name nothing on earth or in the heavens can cause harm, and He is the all-hearing, all-knowing. The Prophet said, whoever says this 3 times in the morning will not be afflicted by any calamity until evening, and whoever says it 3 times in the evening will not be afflicted by any calamity until morning. Abu Dawud, Tirmidhi, the dua, Bismillahi aladi la yaduru ma'azmihai shayan filardi wa la fisamai, wa huwa sami al-alim. Say this 3 times, translation, in the name of Allah, with whose name nothing on earth or in the heavens can cause harm, and He is the all-hearing, all-knowing. The story behind it: a companion named Uthman bin Affan was struck by paralysis. A man visited him and asked why he seemed sad despite being a companion of the Prophet. Uthman replied, the Prophet taught me a dua and said if I recite it 3 times every morning and evening, nothing will harm me. But one night, I forgot to say it. The next morning, I was struck with this affliction. When to recite it 3 times after Fajr, 3 times after Maghrib. What it protects you from: physical harm, accidents, sudden calamities, illness, evil people. Imagine stepping out of your house and saying one sentence that protects you from getting lost, physically or spiritually, being harmed, being misled, making mistakes. The Prophet taught us this dua: Bismillah, Tawakkaltu, Alala, Wala Hawla Wala Quwwata Illa Billah. Translation: in the name of Allah, I place my trust in Allah, and there is no power or strength except with Allah. The prophetic promise. The Prophet said, whoever says this when leaving his house, it will be said to him, you are guided, protected, and sufficed. And Shaytan will move away from him. Abu Dawud, Tirmidhi. Another narration adds, and one devil will say to another, how can you deal with a man who has been guided, protected, and sufficed? Abu Dawud, when to recite it every time you leave your house, before traveling, before going to work, school, or any appointment. What it protects you from: spiritual misguidance, physical harm, bad decisions, Shaytan's influence throughout the day. Imagine knowing that jinn gather in unclean places, especially bathrooms, and the Prophet gave you a shield against them. The dua before entering, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kabthi wal khabaith. Translation: O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the male and female devils. Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Why this matters: the scholars explain that jinn are attracted to impure places, bathrooms, garbage dumps, places of filth. By seeking Allah's protection before entering, you prevent them from harming you or influencing you. When to recite it: before entering any bathroom or restroom, before relieving yourself outdoors. Imagine knowing that the Prophet never finished a prayer without seeking protection from 4 things. And he commanded us to do the same. The dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhabi jahannam, wa min adhabul qabr, wa min fitnatil maya wal mamat, wa min shari fitnatil masihid dajjal. Translation: O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of hellfire, from the punishment of the grave, from the trials of life and death, and from the evil of the trial of the false Messiah, Dajjal. Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. The prophetic command: the Prophet said, when any one of you finishes the final tashahhud, sitting in prayer, let him seek refuge in Allah from 4 things, from the punishment of hellfire, from the punishment of the grave, from the trials of life and death, and from the evil of the false Messiah. Sahih Muslim. When to recite it after the final tashahhud in every prayer, before saying salam, during times of fear or anxiety before sleeping, what it protects you from the punishment of the grave, the punishment of hellfire, the trials of living and dying, the deception of the Dajjal. Imagine carrying stress, worry, and sadness for years, and then learning that the Prophet gave you a dua that removes it all. The dua, Allahumma inni ayudu bika min alhami wal hazan, wal aji wal kazal, wal bukli wal jubn, wa dala id dani wa galabat arijal. Translation: O Allah, I seek refuge in you from worry and grief, from incapacity and laziness, from cowardice and miserliness, and from being overcome by debt and overpowered by men. Sahih Bukhari, the prophetic practice. The Prophet used to make this dua frequently, not just when he was in distress, but as a regular practice. When to recite it daily, as part of morning/evening Adhkar, when feeling anxious, depressed, or overwhelmed, when facing financial stress, when dealing with difficult people. What it protects you from anxiety and depression, laziness and procrastination, debt and financial hardship, being oppressed or overpowered by others. Imagine standing before Allah on the Day of Judgment. He shows you all the times He protected you because you recited these duas. The car accident that almost happened, but didn't. The illness that was about to strike, but was averted. The moment Shaytan almost whispered, but an angel blocked him. And you realize, these simple words saved me again and again, and I never even knew. This is Soulful Deen. Don't just watch this video. Memorize these duas today. Write them down. Set reminders. Recite them every morning and evening. Because protection isn't automatic. It's earned through remembrance. And the best time to protect yourself was yesterday. The second best time is rig.